Welcome back to Season 2 of Frat Fluent Podcast. Find us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Disclaimer: this podcast is not for children or younger teens due to sexual content and foul language. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to the Frat.
What's up, guys? You listen to the Frat Fluent Podcast. I'm your boy Mo.
And I'm Shelton. And today is my birthday.
Beat me to it. I was going to say we have a special day. It's a very, very special episode. Shelton's birthday.
Whatever. It's just a birthday.
If we had one more person here right now, I'd make it awkward and just sing the birthday song.
We do, but she's asleep. So.
Well, yeah. What are you going to do?
I fucking hate it. I know a lot of people love their birthday or whatever, but this month just kind of sucks for me.
I thought you were going to say just because you're a guy, because I know a lot of guys don't really do anything.
No, it's just...
you're taught at a young age when you're a guy, okay, yeah, your birthday is just another day, at least for me personally. It's just another day. You don't celebrate one day over the others. You got to be grateful for every day you live anyways.
I mean, that's what I treat it like.
Yeah, and then what was the last thing? It's this is a celebration more for girls. You're a guy, you get your cake and that's it, So if I get that, I'm usually like, okay.
Yeah, I feel that. It's just a shitty month for me.
Fair. Hopefully looking better, right? They say your next 6 days are going to be better than your last 60 days, so... That's the mentality you gotta go with.
No, not always true. But I mean, I get what
you
you're
gotta
trying
have
to say,
that.
so.
Yeah, you gotta have that outlook, though.
Yeah. Speaking of having that outlook,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you have some friends going through it right now.
Well, yeah, I got one guy who's going through a difficult time in the relationship with his girl. I got two other guys that were dating for... One was a little over 3 years. The other one was about 4.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought they were gonna go the full...
All the way?
Yeah, because, they were together since, the last year of high school. They made it all the way through college.
Damn.
But things happen, and, if it's meant to be, I believe in my heart that they will...
Get back together or whatever.
Or, meet again, because, it's important. This is what a lot of younger people don't realize, too. Again, I'm not much older than you. I'm only a few years older. But every year at this point in our life, you learn so much. It's crazy. So back then, you start thinking to yourself, I can go back right now, blah, blah, it'll change. But then when you're older, you realize that you really do need time apart to see what you learn about yourselves and each other, stuff like that. You don't... That's as best as I could probably explain it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gone through a whole lot of breakups, but the ones that I have gone through were pretty rough. So I just dated some really weird chicks. I hope they're better now. Hope they're doing great. But a lot of them were going through some shit, and it was just not a great time for me to be there. But whatever. Time will tell what happens. So
there you go.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, but everyone's had some bad ones, It's just important to realize that, okay, this pain is temporary. I'll be happy when I get my time to, feel this way.
Yeah. I will say, after my last breakup, I lived in fear for about 2-3
What were you doing?
months.
You know what I found really important during that time? What you got to do? Literally hang out with friends.
Yes.
Distract yourself, or even work. Stay busy.
Keep your mind occupied.
Yeah, those are the two biggest ways you could go. Obviously, I'm not saying you're never going to think of them, but you're going to think of them significantly less.
And I find that it's easier to think about them whenever your mind is occupied, because you can put it on the shelf if it starts to hurt too much.
Yeah.
Or whenever I start to get stressed out or anxious, the metaphorical construct that I think of to help me understand what's going on in my mind, even though it's not what's happening, is that all my thoughts are jumbled up and I can't focus on one because they're all kind of shouting at the same time.
That happens.
Whereas when I work, I feel like I can put them together like a puzzle and deal with them one by one. That's not exactly what's going on in my head. It's more just chemicals, but it helps me go to bed at night, thinking that, oh, I organized my thoughts.
Yeah.
I was OCD in my head, even though in reality that's not exactly what's happening. But
Yeah.
that helps a lot whenever you're stressed out or upset, if you can find that construct that helps you, like your pattern to sort through your thoughts.
Deal with everything, yeah, like one at a time.
So
that's true, yeah. And for the other one, I guess that'll actually work for both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, not the same exact situation, but similar enough.
Have you heard the ball box theory or construct? I guess it would be a construct. The ball box theory.
Tell it to me. I might have. I just
okay.
Not familiar
So
with the name.
Imagine that you have a box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you take all of your pain and you put it in this box, a ball in this box.
Okay.
Right? And so at the very beginning, the ball is almost the size of the box. So it's touching every side of the box and you can feel it. It hurts every day. It's just miserable, absolutely terrible. But as you get older and as time passes, the box gets bigger. Not the ball. The pain still stays the same size, but the box gets bigger, right?
So the ball isn't growing anymore.
No.
So it's basically gonna stay the same, but then it's gonna be meaningless in the long run because.
Well, the pain doesn't ever stop hurting, but as the box gets bigger, you feel it less. So like every day, say you have the box gets big enough to where you don't feel it, right? And then, something happens one day, the box tilts over, the ball hits the side of the box, and you feel it for that day. But that day may be 6 months from the last time that you felt this pain.
That's true.
The pain is still there, but it's less frequent, and it becomes to a point where it becomes irrelevant or so minuscule.
You know what's crazy? I never heard that. It's a really sick way of looking at it. Like, that's such a sick way of looking at it. Wow.
I guess it was really popular on, Facebook or something. But Jenna told me. That's how I found out.
Until I made it when I was 18.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I don't even use. I only made it because for college they were using Facebook to select roommates, so I had no choice.
I get on every now and then. If I have the notifications for most of it turned on, and if somebody that I like or that I care about posts something, I usually go to see what it was. I was on a little bit yesterday. I don't post anything, but we used to have it for shows because they would do group chats and they would make their own page, and if that's how they notified everybody it was in the musical or whatever, when practice was, when the show was, what other fundraisers we were doing. It was just all right there. So sometimes I'll go back because the page is still there and just look at everything that they're saying, and randomly you'll be out of a show for 5 years and somebody just finds a meme about the show you were in, and they post it and you're like, why are you still here? Move on. Go to the next part of your life, please. But on that note of breakups, my last breakup sucked to be her. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause in December-ish, she bought tickets to a band that was just fucking amazing, absolutely perfect. And we went in April, April 20 something, and they were $150.
Yikes!
Either per ticket or I think it was per ticket, and she had to buy 3 tickets, so it was $450.
Okay.
Right. So fucking amazing. The night was awesome, so great. May 1st, she broke up with me.
At least she did it in a. She did it in a classy manner. She could have broken up sooner, so she didn't have to buy the tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She at least bought the tickets. You guys went. You had a good time, and then
But she lost $450, so that sucks. And the best man in the world, other than Mo himself. No.
Oh my God, the Oracle. Oh.
No, I'm definitely not that. But also, I just woke up a few minutes ago, so my voice is still
I feel that
way down here.
I feel that 100%.
I had a chick we were like good friends in school and whatever. She had a cold, and she was listening to Johnny Cash. Like at the time, she was a huge Johnny Cash fan. She could fucking hit most of the notes in Ring of Fire that week because she had that cold. The only one she couldn't hit is like the super low fire. But her voice was so low anyways that it sounded like she could. I'm gonna pause it. All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I had a brief intermission. Anyways, Mo, you lost some money this week.
Oh my God, to all my guys who gamble out there. So wait, for you in your case in Arkansas, it's still illegal, right?
I have no clue. Just do it responsibly, regardless. Let's get that out there right now. This isn't irresponsible, but since we are talking about an addiction, I would like to say, please do this responsibly.
It's not like that. I'm still up. I have a rule. Like if I was ever down, like overall, I would just delete the apps and never look back. Like,
yeah, I mean, I know that you're not.
Yeah, but it's still making money. That's the thing. Of course, you know what's bullshit? They tax it. You know they tax your winnings.
Really?
Yeah. Like overall, you have to file it on your taxes. Like you have to report how much you made, and
Do they keep record of that?
If it's over $600, I believe, for the year. But realistically, dude, you're gonna make more than $600 in the year.
How much have you made?
Uh,
Nah, never mind.
They're gonna throw this as proof on there. They're gonna be like, oh, over here you said.
Oh, you're trying to cheat on your taxes? Is that what I heard? Tax fraud?
No one said that, bro. Come on now. Never, ever. Never, ever. God forbid. I'd rather murder someone than commit tax fraud. If you're listening, IRS.
Man, you're really just throwing an air ball at him. I don't know what that is. No, it's not a low ball. Just a soft
An
pitch,
underhand
whatever.
toss.
You're just really tossing it.
Lobbing
to
it.
Man. A lob. You're really just lobbing it right there. You're gonna come in, FBI, open up. You'd be like, but I didn't cheat. It's not tax fraud.
They're like, oh, it's only murder. Let's go home.
No, he's fine.
That's basically what would happen. You know, there were some big, infamous people, I'll say, in history that they couldn't get arrested for murder or, anything you could think of. They got arrested for tax evasion, tax fraud, stuff like that. Like, Al Capone was a great example. They couldn't get him for any other crime. They fucked him for his taxes.
So if you're a criminal, do your taxes. Do them right.
Yeah, they'll always get you that way, trust me.
Also, if you are a criminal, do not spend all that money. Put it away, because they'll get you on that too. The IRS is very sneaky. I've watched Breaking Bad. I know how
That's crazy. I gotta watch it.
You haven't watched it?
No.
Bro.
I know, it's been out for a while, but I just never, I don't know.
I thought it was all hype. I thought it was all hype. It wasn't that good. It's great. You need to watch it.
I'll give it a shot. I'm just a big comedy guy, you know?
Oh, yeah?
I like to laugh more than anything else.
Bo Burnham's got a new special on Netflix, too.
Oh.
You know Bo Burnham?
Name sounds familiar. Burnham. All I'm saying is, did he promote us? Why are we promoting this cuck?
I don't think he promoted anybody other than himself.
Look, see that? Sorry. Never heard of him.
Wow.
I'm going to be that fatty. No,
Oh
what
my
about him?
God.
What about him?
He's just got a new Netflix special. I haven't heard anything about it. Or I haven't. No. I've heard stuff about it. I haven't heard it myself. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Some I was scrolling through TikTok and some fucking twat set up an account to basically cancel Bo Burnham. I was like, shut the fuck
Dude, they're
up.
trying
It's
to cancel
comedy.
Eminem.
It's comedy, you know? It's meant to be satire.
I have something for you now. I just remembered. So gambling has made, it was just recently legalized, sports betting and all that. A little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And athletes now, especially now in the NBA for the playoffs, I don't know if you've seen the news, but they're having a bad problem with fans throwing stuff at players now. It's
what?
Yeah. So they have a few theories, and they think one of them could be because since betting is legal now, people are throwing so much money on these guys that when they don't show up and have a good performance,
They're getting angry?
Yeah, because they're losing their money. Which, I understand heckling, if you're going to yell anything that's not racial, or derogatory. You want to tell them you suck, fuck you. That's okay. You have the right to do that as a fan. That's what I did when I went to every basketball game I go to. I'm like that. I lose my voice every game. But that's how people are up here with their sports. Especially, bro, if you see these Knicks fans, Yankee fans, even Mets fans. Dude, they're die hard for their team over here. Giants fans, Jets fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. Philadelphia has a courthouse in the stadium.
Oh my god.
That's how many fights happen there, dude. Like, so I went to
That's
school
ridiculous.
in Philly for a year, and I wore a Giants jersey. Obviously, I'm gonna rep my team over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a room full of Eagles fans. If you don't know, they say that Philly fans are the trashiest fans in all sports. Shots fired. I have some boys from the area, but they gotta realize at this point, because one of their fans just got banned for life.
Seriously?
He threw popcorn at a superstar player.
Oh my god.
Dude, there was a guy, I'm pretty sure, who bit off another guy's ear for wearing another team's jersey. No, those guys are crazy.
Yo. So we don't have
Mike Tyson.
We don't have any we don't have any like professional teams around.
You got a good basketball team.
We got a good
college
football team.
Yeah, Arizona State or just Arizona? No, it's just Arizona.
No.
You guys made March Madness. You went deep. I think you went up to round
Arizona's
2.
farther than our professional team.
Oh wow, I meant Arkansas. Why do I keep doing that? Oh my god. I meant Arkansas. You have the Arkansas college, yeah.
But they're still 3 hours away.
Oh fuck.
So
that's pretty ass. Dude.
But we have Arkansas State, and they're not super far away. And their football team is pretty good. They switch between being first halfers and second halfers, which means they either score a shit ton of points in the first half, and we just have to hope that they can hold their balls long enough to keep the lead, or they're really shitty in the first half.
Second half like that, like they're always like that.
It switches. It switches between seasons.
So you're saying they can't be good consistently for the whole game?
Well, they're decent for the whatever half they're not the best at.
Yeah.
But I mean, when they show up in whatever half they show up in, they show up. So it was really, really cool. There was a group of fans that would wear the shoulder pads that you have in football, and they had styrofoam spikes that they had cut out. On top of them, they were full body paint. They were diehard fans. It was really fucking cool. We had a game with.
Wait, random. If you had to choose an NFL team that's your team, what would you say?
Seahawks. They're just my favorite NFL team.
Okay, fine. Well, for me, it's the Giants over here.
Gotcha.
And one thing that always pissed me off, how they're called the New York Giants. You know why?
Why?
They play and practice here in New Jersey.
Oh.
Their stadium is literally, by car, 15 minutes from this spot right now. They play, dude. You know how many? I got to see a decent amount. Me and my brother got to see Giants games all the time growing up. For schools over here, that was one of the incentives. All right, if you get honor roll, Giants tickets. They were really good with schools. They cooperated really nicely.
Yeah, we've already established that they weren't where I'm at. So, Giants tickets or frozen yogurt cup, depends on what state you live in.
I pick the Giants tickets every time. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I think everyone would.
Every time. No, you'd be surprised. I know some people just a matter of spite.
Seriously?
Oh, dude, they're people hate them. If you're not from around here, they really hate them, which I don't get. They're not douchey.
I don't hate them. I jumped on the Seahawks bandwagon whenever Marshawn Lynch was on their team. And I just don't want to jump off.
Even if you don't know, I'm sure Cowboys, you know that everyone hates them.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's better now that Dak Prescott is their quarterback.
Instead of Romo.
My stepdad used to call him Tony Homo.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I thought it was great. And then there was one year that their entire first string offense got arrested.
Oh my god.
That was ridiculous. All for either DUIs or assault and battery charges, I think. They were just
bro, that's crazy. Some athletes are just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and they get away with it if they're in the NFL. They get
50-50.
arrested, and they can't play for
the team
half the
covers
season.
it up a little bit for you, and hopefully. No, but dude, I don't know. You do risk losing sponsorships.
You risk losing everything.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's like the NFL can only cover you so much, but whatever. I mean, imagine if
You can't blame them, dude. Like, if it's one of us getting millions, who knows what we'd end up doing with that money? Realistically, you could say I have this, and that as a plan, dude. When you're like young and you realize you can like go out and do whatever you want, like it gets to your head quick. Like that's what these guys do.
But like, imagine if
And they're
like
all
a
jacked.
teacher, if a teacher had that kind of cloud coverage, where it's like, oh, you got in a fight at a bar last night, and it's like they got arrested for it. Like the cops showed up, they got arrested. They were technically in jail for a while until they got released or bail was posted, whatever. Imagine if your school covered that up. Like, schools don't do that. Most of the time, schools put you on like
though. No, yeah, because it's different. Like, in a school environment, you're dealing with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I just found out one of my kids' teachers got arrested for beating somebody, I don't want them in a class with my kid.
Okay.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It was a bad
analogy. No, I get what
Analogy,
you're
yeah.
saying. though. I get what you're saying, but like, oh man, like in a school, you would be
but like a warehouse. This is a warehouse, right?
okay.
So you're moving product day in and day out just for whatever massive corporation you work for, right? And you get like a DUI or something
Yeah.
because celebrities and athletes get those all the time. You would get fired like pretty much immediately from that job, more than likely, especially if it's a big corporation. Like,
Oh, I get
Dunzo.
what you're saying now. I was so lost. So you're saying it's not right that NFL players sometimes, or athletes in general, not just NFL, we're not taking a shot at the NFL. You're saying it's
Yeah.
not fair that athletes kind of get out of jail free card.
they get this cloud coverage where it gets, they put like this fog over the issue. Like, oh, it's just an assault and battery charge. He's still going to be able to play
Yeah,
next
I get
Sunday.
what you're saying.
Whereas some dude or chick or whatever could be in the hospital, and it doesn't have to be just assault and battery. That's just what keeps coming to my head. They just kind of put this little fog over it, like it's not that bad because
you know what
they're
it is
rich.
for guys like that? Yeah, they pay them off. That's what happens.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, I can do whatever I want, but I have the money. But you'd be surprised. There's some guys that adds up on them over time, and they're spending more money in lawsuits than they're making, and they can't sustain that way of life anymore.
Yo, did you hear? I don't remember who it was, but like 6 or 7 years ago, there was like I think it was NFL,
Okay.
but like an athlete, celebrity of some sort, was interviewed asking, like why he's still driving this shitty car, and he was like, I live in a condo. And they were like, you're worth multiple millions of dollars. Like, why do you still live in a condo? Why don't you have like a good house and a good car? He was like, well, because I'm not going to be doing this forever. Like, I mean, I could break my leg tomorrow and I wouldn't be like, that would be the end of me. So like, if I don't save up this money, what's going to be left?
This?
I don't know.
Wow.
I would love to figure it out, but I'm not good at I don't research stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But dude, that's really smart of him. Like a big one, a name you'd know and most people would know is like Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
He said when he was first getting paid, he bought his parents' cars, like all of them. Like his dad, his mom, I think his grandma, he bought them all cars. He bought them a big house. Like he's spending money like crazy. So then he started realizing like, I got to be smarter with my money. So he took the initiative to hire an accountant who helped him with saving, and he hired another manager to get him other jobs besides basketball. Now you still hear about him. He's in commercials all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what people have to try to do, like things like that. Learn to manage your money. If you can't get someone that can, you'd be surprised how you could you don't have to be a millionaire to live well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Back when I was a younger, I had this plan that I was gonna put $70,000 back for the 3 couples in my life that really, helped me get through anything. My mom and my stepdad, my dad and my stepmom, and my grandparents, because they were always like, especially when I got a car, I could go to any of those houses and no one was gonna be like, oh, why are you here? Unexpected. They were all like, oh, hey, what's up? So I was gonna save $70,000, and then as time went on, if they fucked up
You decreased
in my head, if they fucked up in my head, I would decrease the money. Now that I'm older, I'm like, it's fucking stupid.
Would you increase the money if they ever did something nice?
I mean, it would have to be really nice.
Wow.
You know, like it was definitely
That's very
a rigged
calming
system.
of you, dude. Wow.
Bro,
You would decrease it, but never increase it?
I was a teenager. I
Me.
still am. But I was a younger teenager, and they were like my parents were just fucking idiots to me, you know? Like, it was just, no, I wouldn't increase it, bro. I mean, shit, when I moved here, I was like 100% certain that I wasn't going to give any money to, like, a couple people. And I was like, you know, like, now I'm like, shut the fuck up. They need the money. You know, like, if you have that money, you need to give it to them because they fucking need it.
Dude, like,
so
there's some guys that are just loyal like that. They don't care about themselves as much. They care about their communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like in you're a UFC guy too. Like, you know about that recent fight for the championship for the lightweight division,
Mm-hmm.
Oliveira and Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
So Oliveira won. So here's the thing. All right, I bet on Chandler that fight. Yes, I did. All right, he was the underdog. I was tempted. He almost won in the first round. So, but he ended up losing. Dude, I found out that Charles Oliveira, he still lives in his home village in the same house and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't spend his money getting fancy stuff. He's getting people, he's getting the village people, like in his village, he's getting them food. He's paying their bills. He's buying all the kids' toys. He's making sure everyone eats. Everyone's cleaned up. Dude, he literally takes care of his entire village.
You know what? That's awesome.
I was like,
I'm gonna take care of my village too. I'm gonna buy a lifetime supply of meth, so we never have to run out.
Oh my god, dude, that's it. Who does that? Usually people leave, especially from a different country. They usually come here when they're that rich. He stayed and took care of his village.
That's pretty dope.
Wow. I knew that after I bet on him. Then I regretted it. I was like, dude, the guy has he's like an anime character. He's got people on his shoulders, but for real.
Oh, this is Oliveira we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then when I made the bet, I kind of regretted it. And
gotcha.
Look at that. I ended
That's
up
pretty
regretting
dope.
it to this day.
Still regret it. That's pretty dope. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, whenever meth aside, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do that. But, there are, their houses aren't paid off. So, if I do, actually make this dream come true, and I am a musician and I'm making good money, I plan to pay off their house because they don't want to move. I know one of one of my parents do, but they'll have to figure out what house they want first. But they've all got pretty good cars. I don't think they're complaining about their cars, but
fair.
You just gotta help out. I think if you come into a sum of money and you had a decent childhood, obviously, if your parents weren't in the picture or if they were just just shitty people, then you shouldn't feel obligated to help them because they really fucked you. But it has to be
I don't know. I always say try to patch things up with your family, though.
I agree.
That's my stance.
I 100% agree. However, I do understand there are situations where patching up is not an option because it's dangerous or whatever. But if you're not in any of those situations, obviously patch it up. And I feel like you should help. If you have that money, help them out, And I'm talking a lot of money. I'm not talking, oh, I'm comfortable. I have enough to where I feel good. I can put some of my savings and still have some to spend on fucking McDonald's. I'm talking racked out. You could go eat at fucking what's a nice ass restaurant? Because the first thing that came into my head was Longhorn. That shows how fucking shitty I am.
It's not bad though. It's decent. Steakhouse, is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
But just a really nice restaurant, super expensive. You're buying fucking table service. You got the whole 9 yards, right?
Wow, Gordon Ramsay levels, huh?
Mm-hmm. And you're not worried about your bank account the next morning. You're just oh, it's fine. It's a dent, whatever. Bro,
I want
come
that
on.
1% money.
Share the wealth. Yes, help your people, help your community, help your family, the people that supported you.
Well, it's not
back.
funny. It's not funny actually, looking back at it, but it's like wow. They had a documentary that I was watching in one of my social classes that I took in college, and basically it was a documentary on the one percenters. All right.
Okay.
So they showed one guy, and he was just like, yeah, like we're so rich that I could buy a Ferrari every single day, like a brand new Ferrari, like buying it full price and everything. And I could do that for, I forgot how long he said, and it wouldn't even make a dent in their account because they're making so much money every day. The cost of Ferrari is meaningless.
That's insane.
I know. I sat there. I asked to rewind that part. I was like, what?
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, send me some of that.
Dude, imagine.
Send that cheddar, bro, if you feel bad. Come on. You guys like helping out the community sometimes, right?
So obviously they probably don't get their hands dirty. Like, it's probably not actual laborious work, but imagine it was, okay? So imagine our job, you know, the one that you fucking left me. Imagine our job, right? But after 3 hours of working, you can just in your head go, I have enough to buy a Ferrari now. Every day. Every fucking day.
That'd be
now,
pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Now take that laborious work and go put your ass on that fucking couch and then just sit there and watch on TV. Just watch something on TV, right? 3 hours. You know, you watch a movie or whatever, just go, I have enough to buy a Ferrari. Okay. Fucking imagine, bro. That's crazy.
That is pretty absurd.
It's like I can't wrap my head around it. It's almost like...
Dude, and I really hate when people say, "Oh, you
Crazy.
can't fix your problems." It's like, dude, what?
Yes, you can. You have the power to fix your problems. Just chase that fucking money.
And that's like, I don't know if people like me or if they like my money.
But understand that when you chase that money, you're gonna lose people. You're gonna lose a lot of people. I was listening to a podcast of some sort, and they were talking about sociopaths.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how Jeff Bezos and
Jeff Bezos,
Mark Zuckerberg, and what's his name, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And the guy for Apple especially,
Steve Jobs.
They all
Steve
showed
Jobs.
sociopathic tendencies because they climbed the ladder so fucking fast. It's easy to climb the ladder when you have sociopathic tendencies because you don't give a shit about anyone else. Like it's terrifying. Like you can fuck people over, you know? Like, okay, so imagine you are next in position for a manager position, but you have competition with another guy, and the other guy's gonna get it, but you know some fucking dirt on him, like, say it's, you know, drug tests, right? Say you know that he's
the squirrel in the park.
Say you know that, yeah, well, he was high on cocaine, you know? And you know that, you would tell them that and wouldn't feel guilty. Like, if you told somebody that, you would feel guilty, correct? Because you'd be like, oh, shit. And maybe not that,
I mean,
because
I would
fucking
think
deserve
that
it.
the job site had a right to know
But imagine-
that one of their workers was
Imagine something a little bit more
a dirtbag.
personal. Imagine something a little bit more personal, right?
such as.
I don't know. But something you would feel guilty telling
I
them.
don't know.
I'm talking like
if he's
personal.
a scumbag. Whatever. If they didn't know he had a rape charge and I just exposed it, I mean, I just did one for the chicks at work, you know. Now they have to. They know to watch over themselves.
Let's see. Let's say this is pre-2015, right?
Okay.
And you were in a southern state, right?
I don't know what
person-
that. I don't because over here it was
I'm
still
gonna
pretty
explain
like
it.
this. Like
You're in a southern state, and okay, so I'm your competition, right?
okay.
I'm gay
Okay.
in this scenario, right? Pre-2015 wasn't
wow,
legal.
They would do that. Like,
They
I
could
was like,
discriminate
"Yo,
against
he's
gay people. Yes. And if you told them that I was gay, I wouldn't
this
get
still
the
kind of
position.
happen now.
If it does, it's illegal. So
I mean, that wasn't really. You know, I'm not
I don't
asking
know.
for a specific.
I never had any issues with that because
don't
I'm not
worry,
gay.
we'll
but-
get the
And I
answers
never
for you
saw
guys.
any issues.
We know you're at home right now.
Yes.
Wonder.
If you know, please comment. Please tell us your stories. We would love that. Link in the description of our Instagram. Link in the bio. Just Linktree. Boom. Frat chat submissions. Anyways, now that we've done that, I wouldn't get the position. You would. And if you're a good person, you might feel guilty. If you're not, you might be like Steve Jobs, and any stock that you put your money in, I'm definitely going to put my money in too. Because they just don't have that emotion. Like, they just can't. Like, they don't feel bad. So it's easy to fuck people over because there's no guilt for them. And that's why they're so fucking rich. So.
I know what I have to do now. I'm going to kick the first, like, orphan I see.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be a
that
millionaire before you know it.
They did not kick
If a
orphans.
homeless guy asked me for $5 or something like that, I'm going to go crazy. Like, ballistic. I'm like, I was defending myself.
Do you give them money?
It depends.
I don't.
So I usually give food.
Me too. There's
But then if they get mad, I walk away. And now I got food.
No, there was a guy that used to sit out by our courthouse making fucking bank just sitting there with a sign that says please help. He was disabled. He was in one of like the electric wheelchairs, and he had somebody out there that would hold the sign for him because I don't know how disabled he was, but making racks, bro. Like, he lived in a nice house, one of the nicer houses in our area. And
wait, what?
Always, yeah, because people would donate, like, give him so much money just because he was disabled sitting on the road. And, I mean, he would dress in some kind of ratty clothing, and he would have, like, the safety vest on, and him and whoever would just stand out there with a sign that says, please donate. People would donate. And he had money. And if you, like, tried to give him food or anything other than money, they would get angry and, like, fussy with you. And it was like, we're trying to help, and they would, like, get rude. Like, they became snotty. They had so much money just from sitting on the side of the road. Like, crazy, bro.
That's so absurd to me.
It's bizarre. So, yeah, don't do that. Just accept the food. All right, guys, that is going to be all for this episode. We hope you enjoyed. Go leave your comments and your questions for the great Mo.
Facts, you guys.
We have a link tree in our Instagram bio. Just go click on it. Frat Fluent Podcast on Instagram. Just go through there. They've got the Frat Fluent Frat Chat submissions. Click on there. You can post anonymously, whatever. Ask your questions. Tell us your stories. Get some answers. And we'll see you back here again next week. Peace out, you guys.
Deuces.